Good morning, good morning. It's 8:31. We're a little bit behind this morning, but we're glad you're here. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We got a little bit of a sound. Stop it, Casper. We got a little bit of a sound problem at the moment. Can't get the mics to hear each other. Oh, well, there's always something. Let me know. Oh, good. We're up on Facebook. Let me know where you are. I trust you can hear me okay. And I don't know why these guys don't want to hear each other today. They've always worked great. But not today. We're glad you're here. Good morning from Palm Desert, Kansas. Thank you for the poster yesterday. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And we're going to spend 20 minutes together. It's now 8:32, so we're going to gong ourselves in. So we're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah, like shalom, ah. Ready? Big deep breath in. Ah. We're going to do that one more time. Remembering the tone is just to remind us that we are connected to the law of the circle, that we have never been disconnected from life, that whatever's happening within us is happening around us, and we are involved. Here we go. Let that energy rise up into your heart center and become totally present to this moment now. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. Casper wanted to come up already. You want to come up, Casper? You can come over now. There you go. You want to come say hi? There we go. There's the Casper. Good morning from North Carolina. I trust you're okay in that weather that's been happening out there. You guys got a lot of wet. We're trusting you're okay. We're glad you're here with us this morning, Missy Grant. Good to see you. Good morning from Moore Park, California. It's the Reverend Tricia Klink. We're glad you're here. We're all gathering together. The Lightworkers are gathering. We were a little behind. My microphones are not working, so we're using the in-house mic so you're going to hear the traffic in the background. We will get that fixed this week. We might have to order up a new set. Yeah, missing a lot. A lot of rain. Whoa. All right. Well, if you saw the poster, which we just put out the day before, good morning, good morning. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We're just spending 20 minutes together to see what we might know. So the poster said the rhythm of your soul. I have a cute picture of Casper in the ivy type plant, just relaxing, having a good time. And here's what we wanted to talk about today, that in all the events of the world, tonight, by the way, is a big full moon. It's a harvest moon or some kind of special moon. And then there's also, good morning from Whittier, Carol. Nice to see you this morning. There's also a partial eclipse of the moon today. So little activities in the heaven. What we know is if the moon can move the waters, certainly the stars are doing something up there, right? Exactly. So we're going to cooperate with that nature, but we're looking to find out one of the great things that I got to experience this summer because of the unexpected events. Sometimes, good morning from South Carolina. We got both the Carolinas in. Becky, nice to see you this morning. One of the things that happened because events happened that I didn't anticipate or we didn't put in our schedule is that you have to adjust. And we talked about that recently, that it is not necessary. The rhythm of your soul is not the same as the rhythm of the newspapers or the rhythms of the daily news or the activities of the surface. We have a life to, hey, from Arizona, good to see you, Reginald, this morning. Good morning from beautiful Burbank, spiraling upward down. Nice to see you this morning. Your soul, you came in, we love that quote from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. We came from the light, we put on a coat of skins, we'll return to the light. So your soul knows that you have this lifetime. This is the lifetime to discover the rhythm of the I am that I am. That we are spirit, we are mind, we are body, but we are also that which is the immortal I am. The I am that I am, as Meister Eckhart talked about, that which is the forever begotten is forever begetting itself in me now. and this waking up to the reality of our eternal nature, and to begin to live from that reality rather than the reality of the waves on the surface, which is what we're experiencing in our day-to-day life. You might notice you even experience those rhythms in your digestive tract, or you might notice in your sleeping tract that we have rhythms, and the closer we get to finding our natural rhythm. Good morning, Arlen, from San Clemente this morning. Nice to see you. So what we're wanting to do is get to the place where we are thinking and feeling and creating beyond the struggles. I love the story I tell of the practitioner, Patricia Turnbull, who in the middle of a heat wave one morning, I said to her, "God, can you believe how hot it is?" And she said, "I'm aware of the heat, but I don't dwell in it." And that's how we need to become when we become aware of our soul nature. We begin to become aware of something quieter within us. That still small voice is getting louder. That's what's happening in the human condition as we're getting closer and closer to critical mass, souls waking up to their nature, to the fact that we are all belong to the one life. There's only one life. That life is the life of the one. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. That life has within it all intelligence, and we emerge from that light. And we emerge from that light of all intelligence as all intelligence. However, we've been attached to the law of the circle for eons of time. We will always be attached to the law of the circle. We're never separated from the one. We're never separated from energy, and therefore everything I'm thinking, saying, feeling, and doing is affecting my vibration, which is what's going out from me, which is returning to me as the multidimensional levels of my own experience, right? That we have experiences in mind and body and spirit, and they're all happening through this I am that I am. And this is what Meister Eckhart again talked about in the 12th century, the 1300s, that the soul is gazing at the glory of God, and at the same time it's directing the senses. Good morning, Ledge from El Segundo. And it is the paying attention to what the soul is directing us to do. That is the rhythm that we're trying to find. That's the rhythm that we're looking for. It's a deeper rhythm than all of the activities on the surface, including eclipses and all of the solar activities all around us. But everything is interrelated and interconnected. What are you doing, big boy? Everything is interrelated and interconnected, and we need to begin to recognize that the vibration coming from me is returning to me as my experience. So how can I become more still, more in tune? I know very often we talk about this happens out of a daily practice. Daily we meditate, and daily we use our affirmative prayer, knowing that universe listens to us, responds to us, and is responding to our deepest levels of desire. Not what we think we want or what our conscious mind might be aware that we want, but the deepest levels of what's going on within us. And again, unless we begin to develop a practice. Hey, Dave, Toby from up in Idaho. Good to see you guys this morning. And all the great Golden Retriever gang is gathering. Good morning, Lorraine from Canada. Nice to see you this morning. So as we begin to separate ourselves, not from participating in humanity, but from believing that what the race is doing is what I need to do. Underneath there are the underlying arms. We talked about that last week. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. That was from the ancient Moses. We go through our storms. We go through our escaping the slavery of the burdens of life until we discover underneath there are the underlying arms. And then we begin to get in touch with what those underlying arms are sharing. What is the I am that I am that's gazing at the infinite beauty of the Most High, dimensions upon dimensions of love in expression throughout as far as we can see into the heavens and beyond, as far as the eye can see, as far as beyond the most powerful telescopes, even the satellite telescopes can see. it goes on and on and on, that the universe is forever expanding, becoming more aware of itself. And the more we recognize that we are one with that universe, and that we are becoming more and more aware of ourselves, and that we get to choose the colors that we're interested in. If God or spirit or energy is everlasting, and it's born of love and light and truth and wisdom and beauty and freedom and peace and poise and equality and justice and all of the infinite possibilities of good in the universe, then it's up to us to be the ones, each one of us, to identify with the qualities of the universe that are most important to us. And that's, again, listening to the rhythm of your soul. And sometimes we're I was raised in a Protestant work ethic, believing the harder you worked, the more diligently you pursued things, the easier things would come. Now, clearly, attention and energy and focus are very important, but it doesn't have to be hard. That we can release the struggles and the strife and simply begin to say, I choose to live from a deeper level of love. I choose to live from a deeper level of joy. I choose to accept this is the day, the law of life, because of the planet spinning and the nature of all of the orbits of the planets and the sun, has brought me another day. The earth has spun into another day. This is the day. The law of life has brought me another day. And what will I do with my awareness? What will I do with what I am aware of? And of course, that begins with taking a breath and taking a look around you. Do you see the beauty all around you? Can you feel that in North Carolina they're having, and the Carolinas, I guess both, are having big weather issues with all the water. And the floods will pass. And if we could continue to know that we're guided, guarded, protected, and allow that divine light of protection to surround us and call it into our expression in our life today. I am guided, guarded, directed, protected, and led into the paths of perfect right action. Led by what? Led by this I am that is my true and eternal nature. And I'm calling it in. I'm calling it into my life today. I am the one who knows and knows that I know, right? So we are the ones, if we don't bring forth that conscious remembering of who and what we are in the world, we're going to be following a rhythm that's not the rhythm of our soul, but is a rhythm of humanity's miscreations. And it will be a while. We know that this dawning of the age of Aquarius, which has been sung around for 50 years, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a waking up one by one, soul by soul, and this agreement to come into harmony, this agreement to come into an attunement with my own nature, and to begin to follow that nature on a daily basis by means of daily I meditate. Meditation, the great philosopher Ernest Holmes from the last century said, meditation is for the purpose of in-breathing spirit, quieting the mind. We find ways to quiet the mind. Most of us have learned or are learning a meditation practice. Many of you are doing a practice which comes from your exercising or your walking. We're quieting the mind by becoming singularly focused and allowing ourselves to breathe in an awareness that is in and around us, but not unless we're breathing it in, not unless we're tuning into it. So this is where we separate ourselves from the surface activity and we go deeper into our own nature and we begin to listen and hear and serve. I listen, I hear, and I serve the I am that I am. I came into this life with a mission and purpose. I believe everybody who's watching Coffee with Casper, everybody who tunes into these broadcasts, we came somewhere in our awareness, we came to help an awakening world. We came to help usher in a time of peace, a time of love, a time of harmony, the deeper levels of life that are eternal, and they're going on whether we usher them in or not. But if we want to usher them in on this planet, you have to be on this planet to usher them in. And that's where we have We are becoming awakening souls, awakening to our true and eternal nature, awakening to who and what we really are, and bringing that forward into our lives in a new way each day. And sometimes the tumult that we go through, sometimes whether we like it or not, the waves catch us and we crash around in our fears and our doubts and our struggles. And then we catch a breath, we think again, we remember more deeply, we tune in more deeply. And then it's from that deeper tuning in that we discover this peace that passes understanding, a peace that dwells within us. But it's not just a peace that is dormant. It's a peace that carries peace with it. That if I can attune myself to my true and eternal... Good morning, Alejandro. Good morning, Loretta. Nice to see you all this morning. We have so many light workers tuning in. I'm so sorry our microphones are not agreeing with us this morning. I've always been impressed how long they have lasted, but this might be the end of them. We might have to renew the cause. We got new apps, we're getting new mics, and the message of Coffee with Casper, which is a message that I am, that the nature of who I am is the glory of the Most High, and I'm calling it into my own awareness so that I might be aware of it, because if I am the glory of the Most High and don't know it, what good does it do? I have to know that I am that I have a right to literally, through my intention, direct the universe to bring good and more good into my life. I have a right, because how far, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, there's an innermost, Browning talked about the innermost center releasing the splendor. And we are at the point where we are, the life of man, as Emerson says, is a self-evolving circle that rushes outside in all directions, spiraling up. As I rise up the spiral, as I go up the spiral, my awareness gets bigger. And also then my power, my ability to use, there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. It's been announced for more than 150 years. It's been announced in a way that Western human can understand it. There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it. But I have to begin to reach up into that power and bring it down into my life and begin to insist that this greater good shows up in my life. A self-evolving circle, the power of how far that goes is individual, meaning how much do you want it? How much do you choose to comfortably live your life and fulfill your purpose and let go of the struggles, to think anew about how you could bring greater harmony, how you could bring greater good, greater success, greater love, greater joy. Again, you're the one who has to choose it. And if you're not choosing it, then those around you are choosing it. Those in your immediate family and your immediate friends, those in your circle, those places where you're vibrating, those places where you put your attention. Where my attention goes, my energy flows. So this idea of attracting a greater good, bringing a greater good, drawing forth a greater good, requires that I want it, and requires that I am willing to let go of my attachment to the world and rise up into a greater good. There is no material thing that will bring you happiness. You can enjoy material things. They're all here to be enjoyed, and nobody gets to keep any of it. But what you get on the inside, the qualities of your relationship with the Most High, the qualities of your practicing the presence, the quality of your intending, the choices that you make out of the eternal verities, which ones do you want to bring forth? Do I want to bring forth love and joy and beauty and peace and harmony and kindness? Then I must declare that. I must look to the universe and say, I know a greater good, a greater harmony, a deeper love is coming into my life today because I'm choosing it. And the universe, through the law of the circle, responding to me because I belong to it, because I'm attached to it, because there's a law that says that which comes from me returns to me. I'm using it. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We're a bunch of awakening light workers all around the planet who are gathering to remind each other, to remind ourselves through this video and through all the videos and all the other good teachers that are doing good work in the world. There's a lot of authentic truth happening in the world right now. But we choose which one, who we're going to follow, what ideas we're going to align with. And then we have to practice that alignment. And I know that's what you're doing, and that's why you're here this morning, and that's why we're here together. Who you are is something wonderful. Once again, in our tech world, we had a couple of tech glitches. We will undo the glitches by making right decisions and making right choices and going forward, and we'll be back next week. But I just remind you, in this week, who you are is something magnificent. And what you're bringing to the world is very important. And when you decide to go deeper than the struggles and to cause this higher, the rhythm of my own soul to begin to reflect through me in mind, in body, and in spirit, then we're creating a greater good by the vibration that's coming from us and our contribution to awakening world. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. If you've enjoyed any of this video, share it in the world. Attract other people, invite people to join us. Put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your Facebook groups, put it on your YouTube channel, like, follow. Just do your part in participating in adding the very thing that we all share together out into the world. Thank you for being you, and until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll be back next week with Coffee with Casper. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Make it a great week. Enjoy that full moon today and what it brings all week long. Bye for now.